The main point I want to discuss is how you rotate your waist. There's a common misconception. Did I explain this to you all last time? I talked about how to connect power from your waist and hips. First, you need to firmly plant your right leg. When you rotate your waist and hips, your leg should not move. Has everyone heard this before? If you haven't, let me know, I'll go over it again. So many of you haven't heard, please follow the channel first. Let me walk you through it again. Why can't you generate power with your legs? Because you're not bracing properly. You need to learn how to brace and load the leg. When you press down with your right leg and rotate your waist and hips, keep the leg still. Try to feel that tension. Don't move the leg. After planting your foot, rotate your hip back as far as it can go without moving the leg. You'll feel the tension building in your legs, waist, and hips. When you rotate to the maximum, you'll feel locked. That's when you've stored energy. Then, swing your arm freely and use that stored energy. When you push off with your leg, the hip naturally releases, and the waist follows. This is what we call leg drive and hip thrust. If you move your leg, you lose that tension. Your hip won't be loaded, and your shot will lack power. The ball will come off soft and unfocused. Do you understand? How many of you swing like this when looping? I'm not saying it's wrong, but you must learn to use this stored energy. It's like winding up a watch. You need that tension. You have to draw the bow back and hold it before releasing. The release is like the moment of contact in the loop. You have to brace against something to create that tension. If you pull the bow sideways, you can't shoot the arrow properly. Is that clear? Stop focusing on things like stepping on a cigarette butt or finding the ball with your left shoulder. Listen to the principle. After loading the leg, rotate the waist and hips and transfer that energy smoothly. Let the power flow through your swing. With that support, you can relax and rotate freely. Let your waist and arm swing together. You'll feel both relaxed and powerful. Once you're loaded, the energy transfers naturally into the shot. Your leg and hip work together. Today, I mainly want to talk about. Have you found that video, brother who? I'll show you examples from Ma Long and son Yingsha. The misunderstanding is in how they rotate. When they rotate the waist, their hands swing inward towards their bodies, not sideways. Many of you swing from right to left. That doesn't generate concentrated power. They all turn the hip inward, almost like wiping the butt with the hand. But it's not the hand actively doing it. The waist and hips turn inward make that happen. Look, my leg is outside my hip, and I rotate the hip inward. This allows your whole body to work together. You hit the ball inside your body, which gives you control. Swinging from right to left doesn't generate power. Don't swing the hand from back to front. Impressive, right? You'll see they all rotate into the body and then swing out in a semicircle. Why a semicircle? They loop almost like this. Fan Zhendong does it too. Ma Long does it too. They all look like they're swinging from behind the butt, including Fan Zhendong. From the side, it looks like they're wiping their butt. When you see them, you would think, oh, I can swing the hand like that too. But it's natural for them. That's how the pros using their body. You're just mimicking without the mechanics. They're rotating from inside the body. They transfer the force out of the body. Look at my leg and waist. I turn hip inward, and my hand goes behind my butt. I didn't do that on purpose. I'm not swinging my arm out, my body rotation brings it forward and then I finish. It's a complete, smooth motion. My arm doesn't travel a wide arc, it's a compact backswing because my hip turns in. So, when you relax here, the momentum will build up from here. My leg is braced, my hip turns in, and my hand goes back near my hip. Then I push with my leg, rotate my waist, and my arm follows naturally. I finish with a sudden snap of the forearm here. Even Timo Boll loops like this, they all come from this motion. After the stroke, their hand is back to behind the butt. It's not what people think a big backswing or a right to left swing. That often leads to poor body coordination. You have to loop like this, plant your foot, turn your hip inward. The rotation and backswing happen inside your stance. I'll demonstrate a normal loop. Is the principle clear? I discussed this with a full-time student in the offline class. This student had a sudden breakthrough. He always thought he had to swing back and then forward. He couldn't use his body, he felt like only his arm was working. I told him to try turning the hip inward. Let the hip turn in while the foot is planted, then push and rotate. Look at this action, is it the same as what I explained? Let me show you a proper loop. Compare this to swinging from right to left, that's just waving at the ball. It has no power. Let's look at Ma Long and son Yingsha play the video. Zoom in on Sun Yingsha's forehand, it's very clear. Pause it. Look at her waist, is her leg planted? She's turning her waist inward, not swinging sideways from right to left as you might think. It's a semicircular loop. After her backswing, her hand is nearly behind the butt. From here to here, see? Look where her hand is. Slow it down. Look at her right and left shoulders, which is lower. Her right leg is planted firmly in the ground. She's not moving it unnecessarily. Play it. She's planting firmly here, then start swinging. See how clear that is? She comes in from here, and her hand is brought forward by her body. After that, the power is released smoothly without hesitation from the hand. We found the model. Let them loop while we talk, it's tiring. They loop so easily. Look at the leg, how do you brace and load? How do you rotate the waist and hips inward or sideways? You must turn inward, lock it with your right leg, and when you can't turn further, your arm swings freely. Then push with your leg, rotate, and let your arm follow through to the finish. It's a complete semicircular motion. All professional players loop this way, very rounded and smooth. It looks relaxed and expansive. Amateur players often have stiff, short motions, just 1, 2. Their loops are semicircular, the power is released and then recovered. They let it go and bring it back. Then they reset and go again. Let's continue playing the video. Look at their legs and hips, are they turning inward? I'll make sure you understand completely. Right. there's a slight turn in the feet. Turn it just a little bit. Don't play like this who plays like this. It's like stamping out a cigarette. No one plays like that. It's little by little. It's for body rotation. Just enough rotation is enough. If you over-rotate, you lose power. I've said this before in live streams. That clip got shared. If you see someone new in the club, and they start with very slow, light drives, very relaxed. Start with drives, then light loop and gradually increase power. They're probably a high-level player. Why? Because they're relaxed and have good touch. If someone plays too seriously in basic drills, they're probably not advanced. High-level players don't play like that. They don't drive and loop aggressively at the beginning. When they start training, they're very loose, only 1/4 effort. They head like this, then lightly loop a few, feel the rhythm and space, and slowly add power. Then they start really looping. They start to feel the wind speed in the stadium, the sense of the space, the proper rhythm. Only then increase the quality of the loop. If you warm up like this, he can't be very good. If I meet someone in a tournament who warms up like that, I know their level. I play with one hand in my pocket. Let's watch Sun Yingsha again. Look at how the leg loads, how the waist and hips rotate, and how the hand is thrown out by the body and then recovered. Slow it down, see if it matches what I explained. Is one shoulder higher? Who loops like this? Tell me, I'll find an example. Look, her foot doesn't turn unnecessarily. She braces here after finishing the shot. Only then she swing the waist and hip. Look, after finish the stroke, immediately hold the foot firm like this. Why brace? So your hip can swing freely. If your leg moves, you can't swing freely because there's no support. The right leg is a grounding point. Anyone who wants to power loop plants the right leg firmly. That's how you explode into the shot. Don't step on cigarette butts, you'll burn your feet. Understand, be relaxed and don't rush at the ball. The whole motion should feel comfortable. It's okay if your foot twists a little, it can help add rotation if your hip power is still developing. But don't overdo it, like overemphasizing stamping the cigarette. You'll lose all your power.